Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. And here it is, the day after Christmas. Now, since Christmas fell on Sunday, and I don't do the devotionals on Sunday, I'm going to talk about Christmas today. And I want to share verses, a couple of verses, in this story from Luke chapter 2, verses 6 and 7. So it was while they were there, that's Mary and Joseph in Bethlehem. The days were completed for her to be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. The story today begins in a very simple but profound way. Mary gives birth. The story says that there was no room for them in the inn, and the innkeeper offered them the stable, so they went out to the stable. You know, in Christmas plays and Christmas scenes, the stables are pretty nice, but there's no indication that the stable was wonderful. It was a place for animals, not very pleasing, not very appealing to many. Now, those of you who've ever raised animals have a different feeling about an animal stable or barn than those who haven't. My wife kids me about my days as a farmer, and I'm even working on a book one day. Maybe I'll get it finished, called "In My Barn," stories about being in the barn. But this story is much better than anything I have, because there we see Joseph and Mary's delivering a baby. Now, in today's world, you would have doctors and nurses or midwives and other attendants in a fairly clean, nice place, and all kinds of medical ideas of what to do. None of that applies here. Mary does what women have done for ages. She gives birth to this baby. Joseph is there. I'm sure he's the one that wrapped Jesus up. I don't think Mary could have been able to do that. And he places Jesus, the baby, on Mary's chest. And it says they did that because there was no other place to do it. Christmas is about the birth of Jesus, the coming of God in flesh to this world for your and my sake. See, God didn't have to go through all this trouble. If he wanted to, he could have made Jesus into a full-grown man, just like he did with Adam and Eve. He could have just done anything. But instead, he allows his son to be born as a small little baby, who then has to grow up and live through life until he's about 30 years old and starts his earthly ministry. Now, the story goes on with shepherds, and they see a great light, and then they come and visit, and it continues with wise men who show up later, and they come and visit, and angels sing, and it's just some kind of a miraculous scene here. But the point is that the whole thing was a miracle. Remember, Mary was a virgin. Joseph and she didn't make the baby. God did. How did he do that? I don't know. And it doesn't matter. What matters is he did. And so Christmas really is about miracles. Now, if you've forgotten that, then go find somebody, or maybe you did, who has little kids and watch them experience Christmas morning. Watch their eyes and their voices and their smiles. See, when we get our age, Christmas is, well, some think it's just another day, but it isn't another day. It's a new day. It's a miracle. So what did you do last Christmas, yesterday? To get up full of excitement, wonder what the day was going to be? Did you have plans that were so exhaustive you just couldn't wait for them to get over? Did you just sit, listen to some music, and think about this miracle of Christmas? Life changes for mankind after yesterday. Changes for you and for me. And I hope you'll embrace and be overjoyed with the changes that God's going to make in the days ahead. I don't know what they'll be. You don't know what they'll be. But I do know this. The miracle of Christmas will continue today, the day after this year, and tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. God came, and God comes to you and to me. You think about that. Think about all the miracles that God has worked in your life that you cannot explain. Just think about that. Well, thanks for listening. I hope yesterday was a fantastic day. And I hope this week will be so as well. If you have a need or you have a concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can, as fast as we can, to help meet your need. Thanks for listening. God bless you. Merry Christmas in all the most special ways. Take care. I'll be back again tomorrow.